Hello and welcome to the programme. This is Crimewatch Live.
It's been jamming the switchboard both here and at the incident room on that case of Welling Garden.
Just to remind you, this was the abduction and radio drop campaign and the handgun debate. Hello and welcome to Crimewatch. 12 people rang in giving the same those fantastic results.
We'll be chatting with Dunn, who's working to prevent young people from falling into a life of crime. As ever, our team are ready to take your calls and the officers from today's appeals are backstage too. So please do get in touch if you have any information. We are joined by Dunn, who's trying to help stop the kids who are kicked out of school ending up in prison, because it's a big problem, with estimates suggesting that nearly a quarter of children in secure settings have previously been excluded from schools. And you, Joelle, are trying to change that. It's incredible what you're doing. Tell us about the Paradigm project that you set up.
I founded Paradigm Project in 2020 after years of working on the front line with issues like knife crime, gang culture and school exclusions. And what I saw was a broken system that was reactive and not proactive, where the most vulnerable children and young people were not safeguarded and protected. So there's a quote that really sums up the work that I do by Desmond Tutu, which says, "There comes a point when we have to stop pulling bodies out of the water and go further upstream to find out why they're falling in the first place." And for me, over the years, that served as a call to action and really helped shape the identity of the work that we do. And our vision at Paradigm Project is really simple: an education system that is free from systemic barriers. And we work towards that vision through research which exposes the root causes of complex youth issues, and programs and training that support schools and communities in tackling these issues differently. And a common thread between the two of those is a focus on early educational transitions.
Yeah, so important.
Well, it really is, Joelle. So talk about those transitional times then for young people and why it can be such a problem for so many.
Yeah, so transitions themselves are tricky for all children, right? And research in child psychology shows us that when transitions aren't managed well, they can be traumatic incidents. So take the transition from primary to secondary school, for example, where children are experiencing new responsibilities, new environments, losing old friends, making new friends. That can be a daunting experience for any child. But when you add in children who may have additional support needs, for example, those with special educational needs and disabilities, those from marginalised communities, for example, with care experience, etc. Those children, the pressures and the challenges are compounded. So actually, we don't see the transitions as problems. At Paradigm Project, we see those transition points as reachable moments where we can proactively intervene and work with children, especially vulnerable children, and equip and empower them so that they have successful transitions.
Do you know what? Everything you're saying is common sense, isn't it? And it's great that you're doing this. It's also very personal to you, how this all started.
Yeah, it's deeply personal to me, and I guess I have a really unconventional route into the work that I'm doing. In 2016, I was released from a custodial sentence, and my time that I served in prison was deeply transformational for me. I always speak about it was the first time that I became aware of some of the privileges that I had. You know, the fact that I'd completed education, that I had qualifications and work experiences. These weren't the common experiences of the people that were around me. And for what I saw, it was just that they had a different hand dealt to them than what I did. So it gave me a real desire to give back in acknowledging those things that were different about my experience. And I did a mentoring qualification in prison, and I started off mentoring in the education department. And for me, that really lit something in me, and I really found that purpose was in serving others. And when I left, I volunteered for an organisation that was working with young offenders. And across the years that I worked in statutory and voluntary sector, I saw the gaps which led to me founding Paradigm Project.
Yeah.
You've done so much,
yeah, it's
Joelle.
amazing.
You really have. So tell us some of the things that you do now to help others.
Yeah, so as well as the work I'm doing at Paradigm Project, I'm also a doctoral researcher at the University of Cambridge, and my research topic is dismantling the school to prison pipeline. And my academic journey started there 2 years ago, researching the same topic at master's level. And really the research that I've been doing at Cambridge has helped give credibility to the work that I'm doing at Paradigm Project. So we've had a bit of a shift to focus on research, and we've just released two important pieces of research. One is a cultural humility approach to safeguarding black girls in education, and the other piece is about race equity in education. You can find both pieces of the research on our website alongside with a short film that brings those stories and voices to life. And as well as the research, we have our programs, most noticeably My Next Steps, which is a resource for schools to help students and parents with the primary to secondary school transition. And we also have cultural humility training, which is adopted from healthcare, which helps schools to work more inclusively and relationally with their young people.
It's absolutely smashing life, and just had twins as well amongst all of this.
On top of everything else.
Yeah, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
coming
so
in. It's been
much.
lovely to chat to you, Joel.
Thank you.